Radio Engineering, Graphics and Design learners, welcome to this lesson. It's HSE workbook we're working on. It is civil and we are doing a floor plan, elevation and a sectional elevation. And we are going to be using this sheet that is on page 330 in the HSE workbook. And we're going to just zoom out here because I want you to see the full page as we get this started. All right. So you will receive an information sheet like this with a question on the right hand side that gives in the overview on the given information, plus it will have the instructions that you need to follow, and then there will be information schedules that is provided to you. So let's have a look at what is given to you, and for that reason we're going to zoom in here. Okay, so the first one is an incomplete floor plan, and on this floor plan, if you look very carefully, you can actually see that they've gotten some information here. There is the different windows and door numbers that relates to the window and the door schedule here. So you can see the D1, D2, and you can see in this the reference D2, D1 on the inner doors, Windows 2, etc. Then there's also a schedule for your lighting that's available here, and for that you are going to have to look at the actual electrical fittings that's provided here on the left hand side. And so number 1 represents a single pole. Let's find there's a one there, that's a single pole light switch. Number 2 is a double pole light switch. Number 3, there's one, is fluorescent tubes. We've got ceiling lights at 4, etc. So that's one part of it, and it's incomplete. It doesn't have your hatching in it. There's no fixtures in it as well. They have indicated the fixtures here with a B for your basin, the bath, the wash basin, there it is. We've got a WC, which is your toilet. In the kitchen, we've got our sink. So all of that corresponds again with the fixture schedule that's provided for you here. All right. On top of our floor plan, we have our incomplete elevation. They're giving you the finished floor heights, the step height here, natural ground level, inclination of our roof, and they actually show you the complete roof with fascia boards, reach plate, etc. All right. Then just on the schedule here on the doors, if I zoom out, you see your different door frames, you see your different windows. Underneath that is our fixtures for you to have a look at, and then pay attention to the sizes because that's important. You can't draw without the correct sizing. And then we've got the roof components again, the wall plates, the purlins, roof cap, the gutter size. Here's our symbols, electrical symbols. These you should already know. This one is just a reminder, it is a DB, distribution board. Then to the right, we've got an incomplete foundation detail, of which the measurements are the most important here. There's an incomplete foundation detail of an inner wall. They will not give you this for no reason. So please consider this, all of this information, including these roof notes, electrical fittings, we looked at fixtures, the abbreviations there, windows and doors, we've done that. And then the last part here is the roof detail with the center spacing for the purlins, the degrees, our angle of the roof, equal spacing for our trusses, etc. And then the different floor finishes added. So my voice is now tired. There's a lot of things here that you have to pay attention on. And then let's look at what we have to draw. In the instructions, they ask us to draw the complete floor plan to a scale 1 to 50. Very important. You have to add the following: doors, windows, fixtures indicated by the abbreviations, electrical fitting, hatching detail. That's the floor plan. The south elevation, again, same scale. Pay attention to the outside wall, step, door, window detail, the roof detail, including gutter, fascia boards, rainwater downpipe, and finished floor levels. And then you have to use corner B for the foundation and the break lines, and draw to scale 1 to 20 a section on cutting plane AA. Let's just have a look at cutting plane AA. Here it is. It cuts through a window there. And look, I'm going to look in the direction of the arrow. So when we get to this part, I'm going to show you 1 or 2 hacks when we get to the sectional elevations. That's the third drawing we'll do. And the last one, label the room. Learners forget this, but there's actual marks to be obtained here. Label the room designations, the floor finishes they want to know, correct abbreviations when labeling, natural ground level, all of that. All drawings must comply with signs. All right, let's get going straight on. I'm going to zoom out so you see the entire floor plan. So maybe just quickly walk through. There's the floor plan. Projecting upwards, we're going to draw our elevation, which we are going to, of course, use the details given here. And then on the left hand side, they've given the start here of the bottom of that foundation. So that's going to be our section up here. All right, but we're going to start on the floor plan. And I'm not necessarily going to be drawing all the windows, all the doors, but I'd like to show you just how to hack those and get them done as quickly as possible. Okay, so let's start here on the floor plan. I'm going to start off with the windows. Now, this window here, according to our question, is window 2. And if I go to window 2 has a width of 1,550. We're drawing scale 1 to 50. Is that right? Okay, so on your scale ruler, you're going to find that it's 1,550. Now, 1,550, very quickly you will realize that the gap that they've left is bigger than 1,000. 1,550 is from that point to there, okay? That's the actual scale 1 to 50 measurement. Can you see that they've given you more in a gap there? So that will always be the case. What learners that's in a rush here don't do is they don't measure and they are caught out, and that you will be losing marks on this drawing. So you want to show a pencil line on that end and a pencil line on that end to show that you are understanding. Let me show you there. Take a nice look here, please. There we have it. That space needs to be filled with a pencil line, okay? And then you want the window sill. That's why there's a bit of a shoulder there. And then in the middle of the wall, and if you have drawn for almost 100 years like I have, you can estimate them. In the middle of that wall, 2 lines, that is the actual window. Yes or no? Yes. Mense, daar's nie 'n ander manier om dit te teken nie. Asseblief, ek luister nou gou almal in hierdie klas moet kyk. Ek wil nie by jou sien dat jy daardie gat vat wat daar is en 'n venster so teken nie. Dis verkeerd. Okay? The measurement you will see will always fit inside. So they want to see the shoulder. There's 1 mark, half a mark for each of those lines. Another half a mark, 2 double lines in the center of that wall, and then they want to see you fill in that. Full marks for that window, if you do it correctly. Almal bly en almal by. Right, let's look at the door because there's another hack here. All right, I'm going to keep in the zoom level because I want you to be able to see clearly. Okay, so your door frame, or this is your door frame, that's the recess, that door closes in it, okay? This bathroom, they don't tell you direction, but if we can, we're going to want to open the door onto the wall. So what I do is I start on that corner with a construction line, okay? Yes or no? All right. Then you give it the same width as that depth, because that door, when it's closed, is going to fit into that gap, okay? So it's just 1 or so millimeter longer construction line, okay? There we have a corner on that corner. And now I take my compass and I set it on that corner, and in line with this corner, because it closes in there, I draw my arc. Duidelik en uiteindelik. Okay, and I stop right there at that end. And now I go chip, chip, and my door is done. Let's do the next one. So on that corner, construction line, same width. You can guess it if you have to, but keep it small. Draw my first corner right there. Now I know if I close it, it's going to fill into that gap. Take my compass on that corner where the hinges, double check my size here. If necessary, make some adjustment. And my arc goes to the end there. Chip, chip. Takes you a few seconds and you've got that drawn with confidence. Happy? Alright, while we're at the bathroom, let's continue. We have a bath fitting in here. If I look there, they've said bath, toilet, wash basin. I have to use the measurements that's given here. Okay, so that bath is 1.6, width is 750. So coming back here, there's my 56750. It's the full width there, and it's 1.6 Lekker groot bad. Construction line. Just double check. That's 60, 75. Yeah, mine is the full width. Really just fits in there. Okay, there we go. And it gets a little circle. Okay, and then our wash basin is in this corner here, that size, again using 450 by 290. So I promise you, they will check the sizing of these different parts. So don't try and guess it too much. You are going to feel the difficulty. The last one is our vase, and that vase is 700 and then 450. So that part 700, and the front part is a 450. There we go. And the width on that is 500. Groot toilet. Okay. Rightio, and then you can add your guidelines here. Let's do the bath at the same time. So that's a WC bath, and the wash basin, you can just do it on the outside. They're not going to be mad at you. WC. Okay, so that's how we will label the different parts. Okay, the zinc goes on this side. Let me do the zinc quickly. So that width is 950. And it's 500 also. And on the inside, it's got the basin part and the zinc outlet. Okay, there's your zinc, and again it gets in S. Okay. Oh, sorry, not the 8 and S. Right, I'm going to skip the windows. You can do that yourself. I want to do some electrical for you. So let's look at this. Quite a number of electrical components here. In the center of the bathroom, I have a ceiling mounted light. Now you can find a place here at 45 degrees. Okay. And then it goes to a double pole switch which sits on the outside. So using your stencil, you can just pick a circle there that you're going to be consistently using. Do a circle, all right, and then at an angle, 60-degree angle with 2 lines. It's a 2-pole switch, so it gets 2 lines. Then you're going to use your French curve. Side note, this one I got from my great-grandfather, so it's done its duty already. Now just pay attention, a lot of learners get that wrong. This line goes from the circle to the center. People, if you look at the wiring on a plug or a light switch, does the wiring sit on the actual switch? Remember, those 2 lines are the switches. Do you see wiring? So don't put your wires on that switch. It's wrong. It goes to the inside. And it goes to the middle here. Okay? My fluorescent tube light, that's going to be here on the side. It's a line here, tip, another line, and I add a note here to the side. It says 2 times 4. 2 times, can I not write this part? Is ek reg as ek dit nie skryf nie? No, you have to write that, okay? And that light sits here on the side. So we're using the same ruler, same circle, stencil. There it goes. This now has only 1 pole. All right, and that light again. Ah, sorry, I'm on the end of, it must be there. So let me move it. I'm on the side of the cupboard here. Okay, so that goes from this end again to the socket. Okay, and let's do a DB board. They say the DB fits on the side. So that's just your two double lines here and an end to it. And the label that goes to this is DB. Okay, we are moving forward. What else is missing here? Okay, the floor finish, it's going to be kitchen and tiles, right? So kitchen, and you'll have to do that for every room. Okay, so don't cut this short. The last thing here that I'd like to add for you is your hatching. So let's use this part as hatching. I'm just going to just finish these windows quickly here. So I'm not measuring it now, because I'm not doing all of this drawing. I'm just doing the parts that I want to show you how to hack it. And then on the center here, sorry, that one, double lines. Okay, when we do the hatching, this is civil hatching. Don't get confused between this and mechanical. So you can start from the one side and just continue. I'm just going to start. If you have a ruler like this, it's got plenty of scope for you. What's important with hatching is that your spacing allows you to cut through all the parts. So look here, I have to cut this wall as well. So I have to just plan myself that my spacing gives opportunity to do so. So there's two lines. Now I'm just going to make a little mark here on my square, and I'm going to make sure that stays in line there, and there I have it. There's two lines, two lines, two lines. If it's too far removed and you don't cut through every part, then you're going to be in trouble. Okay, jy moet deur al die mure, elke hoek wil ek amper sê, moet jy kan sny. Is jy by? Okay, two close lines. Okay, that's how you do your hatching. If there was a pillar here on the side, let's say for instance there was a pillar, please remember to section that also if it's made out of brick. Okay, so there's some idea here. You've got a good idea how the different parts are looking. Let's now go over, we'll zoom out a little bit and we get to our front view or south elevation. So that is if I'm looking from the south, there's your north arrow. If I'm looking from the south, what will I see? I'm going to see the steps here. I'm going to see that door. I'm going to see this window. I'm going to see the pitch roof here and that roof like they've given to me in the examples. I'm going to use some of this information plus what I project up from here. So you're going to just line your triangles up like that. Even you're starting on the outside of the roof pitch and we're going to project all the way up. Okay. Let me zoom out and you can follow with me. Okay, we're going to draw there on top. So we start on the outside of our roof overhang, then we've got the outer wall, and now I'm going to do the door frame from the bottom here. You can't see that, but just trust me, I'm doing it from the door frame here, outside of that door frame. Then I've got a corner here. There's a roof overhang here on top, so I'll just do the line on top there. Then there's another window. Now that window, if you've drawn that, make sure you use the right lines. Okay. Another window outside, then there's the outside of the wall, and lastly there's a roof overhang, so again just on top there. Alright, then we go and we're going to start drawing this. We have a floor finish, so the first line you draw is always going to be all the way through. Eerste lyn is altyd reguit deur, duidelik en uiteindelik. Okay, that's that line that you see at the base here, and I'm using this they say the first step, 150. The finished floor level height, they don't give it here, but it's going to be here. So I've got the natural ground level, that's that line. So 200 plus another 100, that makes it 300 for the top of that finished floor level. So if the first one is 150 and I need to get to 300, it's going to be another 150 there. Then I'm at finished floor level. So again, scale 1 to 50. We're going to go 150, 300. Okay, and just first of all, just do a construction line all the way through. There's my step. I can draw that all the way through just in construction. Okay. Okay, let's get going here. Alright, the height, we've got 2,100 for the height of our door. How do I determine this height here? Well, it's going to be this 2,600 that's at the bottom of the wall plate. Okay? And then there's a 20 degrees from there. Okay? So from here it's 2,600, then 20. Construction line running all the way through. And then there's a okay. So from this corner it's a 20 degrees. Okay, and then they actually have a center here. I can make that my center, and we're going to go to this corner. Hou julle by, geliefdes? Huh? Hierin. Okay. Any step that you'd like me to repeat where I'm at the moment? This is the bottom of that fascia. Okay. That line there is this line. So I have to add that fascia. They say the fascia, there we go. The fascia is a 225 by 20. So the height of that is going to be 225. Okay, and the overhang is up to that point. So I should have probably given myself a little bit closer. This could have been closer here. I'm now going to go over my line, but just if you're still drawing, and you can put this line closer, because there's a roof here on top that I'm going to overextend, but it's not the end of the world. I'm just learning from it. Okay, that line goes there. That line goes there. Okay, our door, the height of that door is given here as 2,100. Okay, and it is a double line as well. So about 1 millimeter spacing. Up to the finished floor level. Same on the inside. So on the outside. Alright, then we have our finished floor level. So over the opening it's a solid line. Then it goes into our center line type. And it's going to go all the way through to the end here. Okay, then our step, the width of the step, it's the same as here, so that goes all the way through. Alright, on this, let me immediately draw the finished floor level sign. Two triangles, or triangle, guidelines, finished floor level. Okay, that's the natural ground level. Same on this side, natural ground level. Alright, then our fascia board extends to the left hand side, and to the left hand side, can draw that into the end here. Okay, the roof height. Okay. Just help me quickly check, is there somewhere where they give you the height of this roof? Okay, what you can do is, if you look at this roof height, they don't give you this roof height, they've helped you with that, so you know the degrees here. What you could do is you can do auxiliary view, because you have these distances you do have, right? So let us do it on the side here. Just do a little bit of auxiliary view. If that, the inside of that wall, inside of this wall, the middle, draw a construction line, do 20 degrees. Where's our compass? My protractor. Here it is. Right, add that to the center, do 20 degrees. Sorry, from the outside, excuse me. Alright, there's our height for here. So if I go take this, that is 900. Alright, and then the actual barge board needs to be added to that, because remember, we still have our purlins and our roof sheeting that goes on top of that. Okay, sorry for going over the line here. Yours, I just left too much space between. Okay, did you guys see how I determined the height there? Can I redo that for you? Daai hoogte, het julle gesien hoe ek dit gedoen? They don't give you, yeah, sorry, my spacing here between the south and that should have been closer. Okay, that should have been closer. This should fit just underneath that line if my spacing was correct. But that height there was determined by an auxiliary view that I just did here. On the inside of the walls, 20 degrees. That gives me the height of that roof truss, but I still have to add the purlins plus the roof sheeting. And that's that little bit. It's actually your reach plate that runs on top of that. Okay, but that height I had to add. Alright, and then there's a wall here that's missing. I've got my window, that window height, it's the 1500. Do they say the height of the windowsill? Okay, that 1500, the top of that is going to be in line with the top of the door, okay? So you're going to bring this across and 1500 down from there, okay? And you're going to have to add the window sill. So there's the outer border. With a window sill here. And now the internal part of that window, you're going to use the details that's here. Okay, so 500, 500. Okay, I want to see if I can quickly jump to the elevation. Okay, what kids sometimes miss here is the opening ends. So please help me out in the center there. Help yourself out, I should say. Right, so all these lines are counting towards your window detail mark, okay? Happy? Alright, so that one is done. Window, door in, roof. Let's head over here to the bottom. Now we're using scale 1 to 20, so don't get confused. And we're going to draw that section. There they've given it to us. We're sectioning through... Josh has me. We're sectioning through a window and we're looking out towards the outer wall. Okay? So we're going to start here at the bottom. Thank you. Yeah. Ja, die is reg. Dankie, het jy my onthou. In here there's a line for the swing, for where the two doors meet each other. Thank you for reminding. Okay, let's get back here. So that size, it's a 250 in height. Oh, scale 1 to 20. Yoo, glory. 250. And its width is a 700. Alright, then the wall goes in the middle there. That wall is a sê iewers the standaard muur 220. Okay, get the center of that. 200. Okay, thank you. Right, that goes up all the way. Okay, then using these measurements at the bottom, there's a 300, then it's natural ground level. Then there's another 200. Then there's a 100. Okay, and then we have our flooring here on the inside. That's a concrete slab. Here we have a compacted fill undisturbed. That's the natural ground level. Okay, the damp-proof course, that goes here. Then we have our flooring. Okay, so that damp-proof course runs like this, technically. That's a construction line, don't get confused. That's my concrete. We'll do all the hatching now. Then the height of that 2,100 from the finished floor level to the bottom of that window sill. That window is 1,500. That comes down. Okay, there's a window sill underneath there. Okay, then your window has got a double line in the middle of the wall again. Chip, chip. At an angle, you have your external window sill. 30 degrees. That goes out. And make sure it's got a 90-degree angle here at the bottom. Alright. And then you have your damp-proof course that runs underneath it. Okay, that's going to be a fill-in. Keeping up. On top of this, we have a lintel. I should tell you the size of that lintel anywhere. Nowhere. Okay, but that's going to be also a 75 or 100. Let's keep it to 100. Lintel here. Alright, the top of that roof, height from this one there, 2,600 to the wall plate. Okay, let's do our roof detail. That's a 38. Okay, can you remember how to do this? Okay, so from this corner, 20 degrees out. That's our construction line. This component is a 114 by 38, so scale 1 to 20 at 90 degrees. You're going to do, that's 114 estimated right there. Parallel, using your ruler, slide your triangle. That's your construction. We also do 100 and right there. Now you can start filling this in. That overhang is a 500, yes or no? What's the overhang? If they don't tell you, you're going to come back here, measures to scale 1 to 50. Right? That's 200 there. So we're going to come back here, scale 1 to 20. Okay, that fascia, we'll draw that in now. Alright, my purlin heights, the first purlin is right in the corner here, and that purlin is a 75 by 50. Okay, so it is at 90 degrees, so make sure you've got your triangle. You flip that, and in that corner is my first purlin. Then center to center, that center is at 900. 950. So from that center, there's my 950. There's my next purlin. I can do the sides of that. And then another 950. So look here, you're not going to have your third one in there. Okay? Alright, and it's a 75. Julle says sure. Alright, there's my corrugated iron sheet. I want you to draw a double line, please. Okay. Then our fascia. 2 to 5. Alright, and our purlins. Okay, they're going to get an X in because it's the end of wood there. Same on this side. Now I can go in, draw this nice and dark. Look here, people. I'm rushing, but to be honest, you should rush as well, okay? Jy gaan nie kan rondval met hierdie tekening nie. Jy gaan met selfvertroue teken. Okay. Okay, that line I must rub out quickly. Okay, do we have to put in a ceiling? We do. So that's a branding of 38 by 38. It's going to be the same width, so I can draw my ceiling in. That's center to center. Let's say the branding spacing. Branding 38, 750 center to center. That's a lot. Okay, so there's the first one. And then at 750, there's the next one. So it's only two. First one right here in the corner. And the next one. Okay, there we have our branding. Brandering. Alright, coming down. Let me zoom out a little bit so we can see the full picture. Alright, there's going to be one thing here that I want you to have a look at that's important. Let me just quickly draw in the last lines here. Okay. Just pay attention quickly. If I look at this roof, this is a pitch roof like that, okay? I'm looking in the direction of the arrows. So this roof, this corner, if I'm looking onto the inside of that fascia, okay? Is there a fascia running on this edge as well? On the outside, yes or no? So I have to see that fascia there. Do you see that? Asseblief, if you get that, I'll be very happy. Okay. Technically, there's a gutter also here. Did they ask for the gutter? Roof detail include fascia, board and gutter. So you still have to do your gutter. I don't know if we will have time for that. Let me just finish the hatching here. So you've got concrete. So that's a few triangles. Don't try and do everything. Here you've got undisturbed soil. So that's 3 lines. Thank you for reminding me last time. Another 3. Chip, chip. Do another 3 here. Chip, chip. All right. Then here we've got at 45 degrees. Okay, that's our compact fill. Then you have to label. This here is the DPC, Afrikaans voegweerlaag. Hier is die natuurlike grondvlak, or in English, natural ground level. You have to label it. What's going on here? Finished floor level. What happens here? DPC, voegweerlaag. People, if you miss it, you are losing valuable marks. Then you have to hatch it. 45 degrees, chip, chip. Again, every part needs to have that 45, so don't make your spacing too big. It's not 30 degrees, it's not anything else but 45 degrees. What's missing? One last thing, what's missing? Help me out. We have a lintel here. Okay. Right here, so if I look at that from the bottom, foundation, natural ground level, compacted fill, we've got the damp proof course, finished floor level, details here, done and dusted, moving up. Right, so I've touched on all the different components when doing a civil drawing. You've got the floor plan, how to draw the floor plan, you know how to draw an elevation and a sectional elevation. If they don't label it, you need to label it. But this is it. Thank you for watching. Remember this gutter. Now it's your turn.